The silence of the 2-week ceasefire is being replaced by the thunder of heavy machinery. As the April 22nd deadline approaches, the diplomatic off-ramp in Islamabad is narrowing. Washington isn't just preparing for the end of a truce, it is preparing for the next and most lethal phase of Operation Epic Fury. The Pentagon has confirmed a massive new surge of firepower. President Trump is deploying an additional 10,000 troops to the Middle East, bringing the total US personnel in theater to over 60,000. But the numbers tell only half the story. Internal leaks now suggest the White House is finalizing a plan for a targeted ground invasion, one aimed at seizing Iran's primary oil artery and its most sensitive nuclear material. The reinforcements are coming from both sea and air. Roughly 6,000 personnel are currently sailing around Africa aboard the USS George H.W. Bush and its carrier strike group. They will soon join the USS Abraham Lincoln and the USS Gerald R. Ford, creating a triple carrier presence not seen in decades. But it's the arrival of the Boxer Amphibious Ready Group and the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit that has military analysts on edge. These are specialized landing forces, 4,200 troops equipped with helicopters and landing craft. President Trump stated yesterday on Fox Business that the war could be over very soon, but he pointedly refused to extend the ceasefire. The message is clear. If Tehran doesn't capitulate by Wednesday, the US is going in. New reports from the Wall Street Journal and the Washington Post reveal the specific targets of this potential ground phase. Topping the list is Kharg Island, the vital terminal where 90% of Iran's oil exports are processed. Seizing Kharg would effectively give the US total control over Iranian economy's heartbeat. But there is a more dangerous objective. Planning is reportedly ongoing for special operations mission to secure Iran's highly enriched uranium. After 40 days of bombing reduced Iran's nuclear sites to rubble, the Pentagon fears that orphaned nuclear material could be moved or hidden. Commandos from the 82nd Airborne and Navy SEALs are reportedly on standby to execute a snatch and grab operations at sites across the coastal provinces. This ground invasion isn't just about Iran, it's a direct move against America's global rivals. By blockading the strait and planning to seize Kharg Island, Trump is placing his hand on the energy valve that feeds China. Nearly half of China's oil flows through the choke point. The administration's logic is cold. If you control the oil, you control the rival. President Trump noted at a briefing Monday that we don't need this trade, emphasizing that the US is energy independent while its competitors are not. This is economic warfare backed by the barrel of a tank. If the ceasefire expires, we are looking at a battle for the very arteries of global trade. The next 48 hours are critical. If the talks in Islamabad fail to produce a permanent nuclear moratorium, the 10,000 new boots on the ground will likely be walking onto Iranian beaches. The epic fury of February may have just been the prologue to a much larger ground war in April. The world is holding its breath for Wednesday. For more such updates, subscribe to the Daily Jagran as we follow the daily updates.